super excited to talk to a 9-time Grammy nominated singer, songwriter, producer, actress, maybe probably even an entrepreneur, Kelly Price. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hello, thank you for having me today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I have been, I'm pretty sure you don't know this, but I have been really following your career and following you for so long. I mean, probably since I was in high school. I watch our R&B Divas. That was one of my favorite shows. I love that.
Yeah,
And I just love you. I love your voice.
thank you.
I love what you have given us, the world, your talent, your artistry.
Thank you.
And you're now kind of, I mean, you've done some, acting. I see that Why Did I Get Married, which was something that I watched. Or I love
Yes.
that. And some others, but now currently you've been acting in A La Carte, which is on ALLBLK TV.
Yes.
And you're playing Mahogany Rose's mama. You're giving the mama advice. And I love this for you.
Yes.
But one thing that that's very prevalent is you give a lot of advice about love, life, and in between. So let's start off with a bit of love advice that you've learned along the way.
I think the most important love advice that I have learned, and I will tell this to anyone, is to find the journey to loving you. And I think a lot of us think that we love ourselves. It sounds good, but you have to know who you are first to love who you are. Because there may be some things about you once you get to know you that you find out you don't like. But the great thing about that is that you have the opportunity to fix it, tweak it, change it, do whatever you want to do, and fall in love with you. It's very difficult to expect somebody else to love you if you don't love you. And so that has to be done intentionally. That has been the greatest lesson. In the very short, I was married from 19 years old, 18 years old and pregnant, got married at 19, didn't date prior to that. I married my very first boyfriend and then got divorced after almost 25 years. And at 43, 44 years old, found myself in a new millennium and dating and didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I decided to take some time first and date Kelly, because I realized that I didn't even know what I liked. I knew what the kids liked. I knew what my ex liked. I knew, what the nieces and the nephews liked. I knew what they would like me to do at church, what I had to do at work when I was on the road. But I had never taken the time to actually learn what Kelly wanted and what Kelly liked. I knew what my obligations were. And so upon dating myself, I liked myself. I was like, yo, I'm pretty cool. And I learned how to love myself. And when I began to date, the question would come up, so can you let me know up front, like, do I have competition? And the answer was always yes. And there would just be this look. And I would tell them, I'm your competition. I treat myself I would take myself out to dinner. I'd be by myself to the kind of restaurants that I like to eat at, spend whatever the hell I want to spend on the food, the wine, whatever. You can't beat me treating me well.
Right.
You
No,
don't have a chance.
it's so funny that you say that, because I've been in a 3-year relationship, but prior to that, before even getting in a relationship, I told them, I'm like, let me let you know something. I am in a zen place right now. I am loving me. I'm taking all this time out. I don't mind Netflixing and chilling by myself. So if you're gonna come, don't bring no drama. You know what I mean?
No, peace is priceless.
Yes.
And anything that requires you to put a price on it and to sell it or barter it is a no, automatically out the gate.
No, absolutely. Through your journey, because you've delved in so many things, but the primary thing has been singing. So now that you're intertwined and you're doing more acting, which one do you feel at peace with?
I think that the singing will never go anywhere. I am enjoying my actor journey right now. I've fallen in love with acting. I love being on a set. I love taking direction from directors. I'm watching every director and producer that I work with because I plan on being behind those cameras in the near future and giving direction. Um, and I don't know that I actually have a preference one over the other, but I do love the evolution of what's happening right now. And I feel like I'm entering a season that is going to allow me to flourish in this area. I don't think anybody questions what I do musically. You already know what that is. I want to be able to show people I am serious about this. And I want this just like I wanted the music at the time that I was going after it. And so right now, this is what I'm focused on. I want to be in your faces, on your screens, and at the same time, I want to be behind the camera and I want to be saying action, or I want to be giving direction as a producer. I think that there are so many opportunities to do all of it. And, you know, they said we couldn't be moms and wives and have flourishing careers and, you know, once upon a time, and they were wrong about that. So we're going to make them wrong about this. We're going to do it all.
I love that. No, I enjoy seeing you behind the screen. Well, I mean, of course, always on a mic. That's just a given, right? But how did you start tapping into these opportunities, especially, with A La Carte? Like, who came to you? How did it get started? I mean, I know, maybe in the past, with you being such a great singer, that lended so many opportunities, but what was it this time around that you were like, you know what, yeah, I'm interested in this project. I want to do it.
I have to be honest with you. So my agent called, and when they told me about it, I was like, okay, well, when do I read for it? They were like, no, you don't understand. You don't read for it. They came to us and they're asking what your availability and interest is. They want you for the role. So I was like, yeah, send me all the details. And so looking at it, knowing what it is, knowing what the storyline is about, knowing who's behind it, Dijon, Megan, like it's like, well, dang, somebody sat in a room and had a conversation and said, we don't need to read for this part. Let's just see if Kelly Price is available. And so to me, that's a level of a shout out to, we see you, we see your work. Welcome to our family.
And how has it been being a part of this family? Because I know, some very young and up and coming talent. I've gotten a chance to watch a few episodes. So
yes.
With my boyfriend, and he's like, let me tell you something. I told him last night while we were watching it, I'm like, I love this show because everyone is unapologetically Black. And that is part of all Black TV networks. Whole thing is Black creatives being unapologetically Black. And I was like, it's not the stereotypical, negative portrayal that a lot of different networks like to do with Black creatives. I like it because it's just like, hey, we out here, we partying, whatever, we working, and just showing so many different layers. So what do you love about
that? Is the intention. It's the intention. What I love about it is the connection, the comment that every generation had, in terms of media, at least for the last 2 to 3 generations, there was something that they could look and see on screen that they related to. I think about, me, I watched Girlfriends. I actually also watched Sex and the City. So some of it was cultural, some of it was, because I related to the age group, whatever the case may be. This is that for millennials. We don't know what it is to be 20 something in, 2022. We don't, because we're not. So to be able to have a bird's eye view and to have a close-up lens on what they're thinking and how they're feeling. And we may look from a distance and be like, God, this generation is just wild and they don't think about anything and anybody. But what this gives us an opportunity is to actually watch them as they unpack it and work through it and realize they're just trying to figure it out, just like we were, just like a lot of us still are. And so that's what I love about it. We get an opportunity to see them try to figure out life and love their careers, what they want, who they want, how they want it, when they want it. Does it need to look like my parents? Does it need not to look like my parents? Does it need to, be whatever it's going to be? This generation has decided to do it on their own terms, and we get an opportunity through this dramedy a la carte to see a representation of this generation figure out life.
Yeah, I think it's a really good representation. I mean, even throughout the show, you get a little laughs, the same type of recipe that you get when you were watching Girlfriends. I think it's a little bit more cable TV, more targeted towards that,
But it's also a different day. We didn't have, when Girlfriends was on, like, we weren't on social media and that kind of thing. So this is the representation of this generation and what they're living with. Like, I couldn't imagine dating, or I couldn't even, coming from the family that I was a church girl, a preacher's kid. I was 18 and pregnant. If there was social media at that time, I probably would have felt like crap. Having all of my stuff out there and blasted like that. You know what I mean? So they're doing all of these things and trying to figure it out in a world where at any moment you can look up and something that you thought nobody would ever know about you, is now global because it's on Instagram, or somebody is on TikTok with, they got into your phone, or like, it's different. The magnifying glass has gotten a lot more powerful.
It is very different, and I feel with the difference comes a lot more judgment, even though there was
and hypocrisy.
Judgment
and hypocrisy, because the generations before get to be hypocrites because they were doing a lot of the same stuff, but nobody knew about it, because the only way we could find out is if it landed on the 6 o'clock news. There was no Instagram.
Exactly. No, I completely agree. And now everything is kind of very front facing. You can lie, but we're gonna catch you in that lie.
Eventually.
Right. So it's no more of that. But I do like how it does give you the lens, because I'm not dating right now. I'm in a relationship, so I can't date. I don't know what the dating world, but I heard it's ghetto out there, and I don't want to. I don't want to be.
I'm so glad I'm off the market. I'm so glad I'm off the market.
I told him, I said, listen, Kelly, I said, you ain't going nowhere. Let me tell you something. You are not going to put me out with these sharks. Please don't.
Baby, we are here, lock, stock, and barrel.
Okay. Let me, I wanted to talk to you about, because one major thing with me right now, with the pandemic, I've kind of, gained some weight, and weight has always been an issue for me.
Me too.
Always. Okay, right. And that you're one of the people that I kind of look to with admiration, because despite, especially now, I feel like it's even harder, but despite people and what they may have to say about you and weight fluctuating. I mean, so many people feel that the need to be able to discuss other people's body, which annoys me. How nowadays do you manage that? I'm having a really difficult time just trying to, I don't even really like showing my face anymore, because I'm afraid of what people may or may not say.
Yeah, social media has played a big role in that. I mean, my weight has been the topic of discussion from the very beginning of my career, and there was no social media then. Once social media was introduced, it was that on 1,000, you know what I mean? I think that you have keyboard thugs. I think you have Twitter fingers. I think you have people who grow a set that will say things online that they absolutely know that they would never say to your face. It doesn't make it any less hurtful. I think we have to, I've been using the word intentional a lot today. We have to intentionally decide what we allow into our gates, our eye gates, our ear gates, because that affects our spirit. And things do hurt. You know, they lied to us when they said sticks and stones may break my bones, but no, words do hurt and they affect you. So we have to decide what it is that we allow into our space, our eyes, our ears. And then we have to decide that somebody else's opinion of me is their business, not mine. And that's a part of the journey to self-love as well. So if I'm in my 18s this month and I'm back into a size 14 3 months from now, well, way to go, Kelly. But then if I find myself in a 16 6 months from now, way to go, Kelly. That's a personal journey. It's a personal journey. And as long as I can feel good about me, and if I don't feel good about me, it should be only because of a personal thing or a personal goal that I have for myself, not because of somebody else's opinion of what I should look like or how I should dress or how heavy I should be or how thin I should be. Because once upon a time, women with big hips and big behinds that did not get butt injections were not the thing. We were ugly, we were fat, we were unattractive, we were all these things. And you got people damn near losing their lives right now trying to get what Mama Biscuits gave us. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why you have to know who you are. Big lips, thick lips were used to be ugly. People go and get stuff shot into their mouths to have their lips look like ours looked when we came out of our mama. So self-love is important because what's in today might not necessarily be in tomorrow. So you got to know that you all that and a bag of chips, like we used to say today. And that's got to stick with you throughout the rest of your life. Like, keep you together, make sure that you're doing what you need to do to stay happy, to stay whole, to stay healthy, and screw what somebody else thinks. Okay. Let them figure out how to, you know, if you're obsessed with a size 8, then go be that and get the best clothes in size 8 you can and show us how to do it. That is not my journey, so I'm a rock a 16 the best way I can.
I love you. I just love you so much. I love you so much. I do want to ask before you go, what are some, well, first of all, are you going to ever be coming to Chicago anytime soon?
Say that one more time.
Are you ever going to be coming to Chicago anytime soon?
Gosh, so I think I will be. I think that there's the possibility that I may be there before the summer is over. And I don't want to say what it's for because it's not a done deal yet, but it's for one of the expos that I believe I may be coming for one of the expos in August. It's not wrapped up yet, but hopefully it will be. Because Chicago is one of those cities where I go that every single time, number one, there's never an empty seat in the house. Number two, before I get a chance to open up my mouth and sing a word, the entire audience is already for me. So who doesn't want a city like that? That's every time I come to Chicago. So I do know that we'll be there soon. And hopefully it works out that I'm able to come in the month of August.
Okay, if you do come, please.
You gotta be there.
I gotta be there.
You gotta come. You gotta come. If it's for that, yeah, that would be indoor or outdoor. You gotta come. Whether I'm in a
I will.
Room, you gotta come see me.
Yeah, I'm gonna come see you, and then we could do maybe something again in person. And then I also wanted to know, are you working on, besides A La Carte, is there another thing that we will be seeing your face acting in? Because I'm really interested.
Well, I am, outside of working on A La Carte, I am very actively working on getting, or actually a few shows that I have created. I'm moving very much so. I've always been a content creator. I've finally given myself permission to present content outside of
Uh-oh, I think you froze.
into the music world. But I've been writing books, plays, storylines. I don't consider myself a songwriter, I'm a writer. So I write everything. And so just in the last maybe couple of years, I've said to myself, you're not just a songwriter, Kelly. You've known that for a long time. Start getting out here and start trying to push some of this content that you have. You have great ideas. So I've been actively working towards getting a Kelly Price production out there where I am. And I might be in front of the camera, but I will also be in the credit list as producer, executive.
I love that. I love that. I know you were kind of freezing just a little bit, but doing some executive producing, I love that. And then you also mentioned directing too. that you were interested in. So hopefully we'll also see you in the director's chair. I don't know if you're still with me. Oh, okay, there you are. I think it froze just a little bit, Kelly. But at the end of the day, whatever you are doing, whatever you're a part of, I would love to talk to you and support. So when you come to Chicago, I gotta be on the notification list for that. But keep doing what you're doing. I absolutely love
Chicago
watching
is
you.
one of my favorite cities to perform in. Thank you.
Of course. Keep doing what you're doing, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. I thoroughly enjoyed your role in A La Carte.
Yes.
And so if people want to watch A La Carte, I know the 16th on Thursday is the finale for the season, but how can people kind of watch you in this role?
They need to get All Black. If they don't have it, they need to go ahead and get the app. And after they get the app, they need to go ahead and just subscribe. A La Carte was created so that people of color would have a platform strictly for people of color, not just in front of the cameras, but behind the cameras in the executive chairs as well. There are a lot of companies out there, but I don't know if there are any others that have all Black executives as well. So this is full representation of content for people of color. So it's our culture. And it's the reason why, and there's so much diversity in our culture, we get to tell our own stories. And that makes more sense to me than someone that has absolutely no clue what it is to walk around in the skin of a person of color, being the person calling the shots on a show where it's people of color. So, and it's not that that can't work. It has worked, we've watched it, but this is an opportunity for us to tell our own stories, and the people who are in charge, they can relate because they've lived those stories as well. So get All Black, first of all. That's number one. Right. Then after you download it, subscribe so that you can get all this wonderfulness. There's great content. And there's, of course, A La Carte. So we want you to watch. So please, that's how you can watch me on A La Carte.
Yes, and it's only like $5.99 a month, so $6 a month to support and be able to assist.
We spend more than that. We spend more than that every day going to Starbucks.
That's right. The gas is high.
Absolutely. And so stay home and watch A La Carte.
Exactly.
Instead of spending $5 for a gallon of gas that can't get you past a couple of blocks, just stay home and get A La Carte and binge.
Binge, that's right. All right. Thank you so much, Kelly. Before you go, I'm going to take a little video of me on with you. Yay! Yes. All right. Thank you so much for talking to me. Mwah! And congratulations and good luck with everything. So and hopefully this won't be the last time that we talk to each other.
I hope not.
All right.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Okay, you too. Thank you.